It is yet another beautiful Thursday where we bring you live your show, Temidlalo, looking at some of the activities that took place over the weekend and ushering you into what to expect this coming weekend. Hello and welcome. Your host on your edition, Fabrice Msonera, where once again knowing that on your Tuesday, this past Tuesday, it was International Women's Day. So there will be a special occasion for women out there, especially those who are already in the sport industry. We touch on the volleyball preseason tournament that has been ongoing since the beginning of February. How far is it gone? It's done now. What are the teams getting from this volleyball preseason after over 2 years without any competition? We rush into cycling, where I'll be joined by in-house Linda Dlamini, looking at what was taking place over the weekend. What was the cyclist getting from the competition that was held? Eswatini was, of course, a place to be. As you can see on the pictures, some of the international cyclists took part of the event in as much as it looked different in terms of weather conditions, but it was once again a beautiful day. MTN Premier League defending champions keep on their good performance in the local league. Once again, down there in Stegi, 5-0. They handed a victory, 5-0 to Milling Hospitals. A specific name by the youngster Wandile Simelane was the man of the day after scoring a hat-trick. All that here on Eswatini TV. We are live on different platforms, YouTube, Talk About Eswatini TV app, and wherever you are in the comfort of your seat at home. Now, knowing that it's a week where we were celebrating International Women's Day, we took this also special occasion to look at some of the female, one would say, are already making names in the local sporting fraternity, volleyball, for instance. I'm joined by two, senior players. By senior players, I mean what you're seeing on the screen, but you're going to see them here in the studio. I'm joined by Miss P from Bobcats, and I'm also joined by Fisiwe Magagura from Aces Angels. Miss P.
Sanibonani.
Yes.
Ninjani.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Kamala Mpilile Ngwabalotwayo.
Yes.
Just number 2 from the Bobcats family.
From the Bobcats.
Yes.
Happy International Women's Day, and you're here in the studio.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right. Next to her, of course, it is Fisiwe Magagura from Ace Angels. Fisiwe, good to see you. But I have questions I want to ask, but good to see you.
Siyabonga kubanana namuhla ngingufise Makagula ku S Angels.
Yes.
Sibonga kakhulu lamhla ukuthi besingita nathi since kunyanga yabomake siyabonga kakhulu.
Now, let's talk about some of the things that maybe one would say touches on your sport, volleyball. For starters, something. But how do you now find yourselves in different teams? Maybe your chance, Miss P, to explain. You play for Bobcats, she plays for S Angels, but at some point you play together, same team. What happened? Why? What's the change?
Beslala kanya ku Chili Babes.
Okay.
And then I left for Bobcats. Ngamshaya Chili Babes.
Yes.
And then she went for Yashinji Chili Babes by S Angels. So that's how we ended up playing in different teams.
That's how yeah.
Yes.
She once got a call for the national team. That was 2017 in Mozambique. I saw her there. She was playing for the national team. And since then, you're still playing the same sport. So the passion is there. And then how are you finding yourself with Ace Angels?
No, happy.
Yes.
Okay, in terms of fitness, fine, S Angels, pass.
Yes.
But I'm trying and willing to learn.
True. All right. Now, Ms. P, let's talk about now the return of volleyball. As we can see, I can see some of the pictures. These are some of the players expressing their excitement. The sport, the CBC, shared, I think, close to 2 years without any activities due to COVID-19.
Yeah. You
are back, and the association, the first thing they do, preseason tournament, just to bring up your fitness. What was your reaction to that? Once you found out that Ntabenayo preseason tournament, especially you knowing how you love volleyball?
To be honest with you, sijabule gakhulu. We've been waiting for this moment for, I don't know, for 2 years. Besizama there, but it was not the same.
Yes.
So, we're really excited. Like, we're looking forward to even the league when it starts.
Yes.
Next week, the way let's
level of competition?
This year volleyball will be very competitive with the ladies. The stronger teams this year.
Yeah.
My teams are recruitile,
Yeah.
and lamanya my teams are buile. It's so exciting.
It's so exciting.
Yes.
Now, Fisiwa, one thing I would say, you are a national team product. You play for the national team at some point. You can still get the call. The dominating clubs, it's been always correctional. It will be always REPS, Royal Eswatini Police. It's been always UDF. Ace Angels, nitikanza njani kule level of competition with those clubs? I mean, you know how tough they are. You've played with some of them, good national team. Injani competition na ubuka nama teams afana nabo correctional.
Lengingakusho i-competition yona isetulu, but ke my team iyazama lokubanika le game lebasuku bayifuna ngaleso sikhathi. Although vele kufanele kube ne win.
Your team.
But nje I'm happy with my team because bayadlala bona.
And this is the team we're looking at.
This is the team we're looking at. But nje ngiva ngazuthi kule kisha kancane kukhona le lokushoda. We need train a lot of training, hard work. Kahle kahle.
What makes them the best? If you see, bo correctional. Is it batrena
Bajima le center yabo. Bona abadlali bona at least le center yabo ingathini bayakhona kumitha na isikhathi sinye.
Yes.
Thine asikhona because labanye bale ngeke nje ubese bacela ukuthi sicela kuye gymini kanti for correctional nemaphoyisa bakhona ukuthi nyalo selikhalile licilo ngokune tournament babakhulule bahambe back training together bendi combination ibalungile leni for usikuba simple kanjalo.
So it's all about spending time together nanguva kahle. Now, Bobcats, you have joined now the pre-season tournament. Correction, were the eventual champions for the tournament. It's in planning. What are you planning? What is the goal? What do you want to achieve in 2022? The league is starting in April. What can we expect from Bobcats?
Honestly, for us, 2020 for us Bobcats is about rebuilding. 2022.
Yes.
That's our main goal, rebuilding.
Rebuilding.
So we've recruited new players and we're trying to combine new players with old players.
This is Bobcats?
Yes.
White and black?
White and red.
White and red, yes. Sorry, yes. Or on the other first side of the screen, yes. You've recruited players. Is there any international faces or Skuruma recruitment, Skuruma new faces but local? New faces locally.
So our goal is just rebuilding this year and we're hoping for better results as the years come.
All right.
Yes.
Fisir, for you guys, for S. Andrews, I mean, you might meet at some point, the league is still to come. What can you expect? That's you on the screen. You see, can you see yourself? All right. What's the plan for S. Andrews?
Tinesi my ace. Ngiva ngazuthi our goal ukuthi sibe kanye kanye siende i-training kanye kanye because we can't meet i-target nangabe sihluleka kujima kanye kanye.
True.
Ngiva ngazuthi ka volleyball only three things that are needed.
True. 3 hits
sicedzile. Uyaphasa, uyasetha, uya-attack. But ke nasiyitekele movement la khathe courtini so sidevele so sidinga kuba mobile kahle kahle ngicozela ukuthi sidinga more training kuze sibe kahle.
All right, it's a good chance ukuthi ukhona la Fisiwa. You've like I said, you've been exposed internationally with the national team. Now ubuka nje siyasadla nabo Mozambique bo Lesotho siguphi in terms of standard yet, where are we compared to other neighboring countries?
Ngikhulumela i-national team bayazama ngosami sekuthi ngathi noma sibafishane ngikunothisa mina ukuthi those ladies bathole
neighboring countries.
Yes, neighboring countries bathi thina sibafishane although we can hit and pass but nje ngicabanga ukuthi nasingake si recruit la abantwana laba ngazuthi banalomdimba lesiphakeme lena height length kungaba ngcono because vele when it comes to blocking thina we can't block because it's professional noma ngilosa sikhona lokujama
but now Miss P mutso msephit
yo Miss P ufuna nginciphise kancane yabona unganani those are slenders twice 26 28 Miss P
le height iyakubamba
no the height is okay but na reduce.
Okay. Now, I want us to go back to the picture we just saw, Miss P. I want to touch on the issue of supporters. And I think on some of the pictures, I just noted that Bakon and Jebalanze, in terms of being there, Kunikutsata, and what key? Look at the screen, on top of the screen, far corner. Look at the attendance. It could be your friend, your sister, and anyone, but the support. Games.
Yo, support imcoka kakhulu. There's a point in time where uvanga at least yabona kungamemedu mfowethu, hey Bobcat, or now your service or something. That one will just boost your confidence as ulapha ekotini. Luckily enough for me, I invited two of my friends, so bebangimemeta ngeligama. So it was really nice. Support is very important. Kumnanzi to have even people labanga sibaga volleyball, but coming to support volleyball.
Okay.
Because they come with other friends as well. So
right.
Support imcoka kakhulu.
Right.
And for those labanga ya volleyball guys, now work volleyball, come through.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, guys, before I let you go, two things. Miss P, where do you want to take your volleyball? I mean, the sky is the limit, I know, but where do you want to take your volleyball career? When you look at the team you play for, it's a very good team because you can even judge from your outfit, you look focused. Where do you want to take your volleyball in the future?
International. Yes, international. But I'm looking towards maybe being a ref. I've started a small course.
True.
But as my volleyball career progresses, with injuries and everything, so that's why I'm looking towards being maybe an international ref.
All right.
Yes.
Let's hear for the former national team. National team, what's one watch? Epolin, but it's Tseb, Mark. So angati volleyball now let it come.
No.
No.
National volleyball.
So your last call was in 2017. When are we going to get your name back in the national team?
This year, if possible.
This year?
Yes,
yeah. If we are going to go outside, but this year, I'm in.
Future plans for your career?
I was willing to go in the coaching course because I saw that there are some ladies that are now coaching. So
True.
I asked my coach that, okay, how can I go there in order to know the sport actually? Because you need to know the sport besides playing in the ground.
All right, beautiful stuff. I can see your team, of course, warming up there in the background. They are the Mavso Sports Center. And targets for the season, where do you want to finish in terms of the log lead? Do you see yourself finishing number 1, number 2? Where do you want to finish target?
Okay, nangasho nje. Ngiyafisa kube yathi ngiyafisa abadlali bami bangibambise. Because not ukuthi we are weak. Mina ngiye ngibone nasidlala ne-correctional. Le level iyaphakama. Now ubona ukuthi thina siyafika ku24 uqala ne-correctional. Kuthi bese sididwa yini ke kusho ukuthi we can win. So ngiva ngathi number 2 or number 3 lapho we can manage.
They have it. The two ladies, of course, joined us in the studio to take also this opportunity to once again wishing happy International Women out there watching the TV and being with us and also playing the sport. Thank you very much, Ms. P, for being here, and we keep in touch before the league starts. It starts in April at some point, but we will keep in touch. Come to your training session, get a reaction from you once again. Fisiwe, thank you very much. We hope for another call in the national team. I saw you in Mozambique 2017, and it was a good performance. Let's hope once again we can get something from you. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there you have it. The two ladies, that was Miss P from Bobcats and Fisiwe Magagura from SN, just giving us a roundup of how the pre-season tournament under the volleyball sport was going after 2 years, nearly 2 years without any activity. What can we expect from this sport as an association? A short break. When I come back, our in-house analyst Ndadlamini is in the studio. A lot to talk about of what's happening with this team called Royal Leopard after the break.
TV license quickly and easily with MTN Momo. Simply dial *007 *3 hash and select option 8 for TV license. Enter your national ID number as your reference and the amount you wish to pay. Then enter your PIN to confirm your payment. Once your payment has been made, you'll receive a confirmation SMS of your payment. If you're a first-time payer, you get another SMS for your TV license. So legalize your entertainment from the comfort of your home. Pay your TV license the easy and convenient way with MTN Momo.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses, a world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. Discover just how far you go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience in the kingdom.
Of course, you're still with us. Eswatini TV, Temidlalo edition in the company of Linda Dlamini. Nguvusele Nkosi. Sengifunze ukuthi wena you happen ukuthi umkhaya wami. Ngoba bekunemkhaya wakho sokuthi nawe umkhaya wakho.
Yeah, Fabrice, ngiyabonga ukumukela ehlelweni lakho ngekuthiwa lokukhulu. Ngivusele ma-loyal viewers ngitestay. Ngiyathi ukuthi bathanzi betemidlalo ngivile over the weekend. Masamba indzaweni leti ehlukahlukene basi they can't wait for the show on Thursday. So ngicabanga ukuthi so far I'll enjoy it.
Over the weekend, cycling master, I think you took a chance and uhambile wabuka ukuthi bekwendekani. Kafishane nje kusivetela kusinika sithombe ukuthi bekwendekani in terms of e-cycling.
I-cycling cycling association host event ePhocweni kuMathapha le event le time trial lokusho ukuthi utihambela nje wedwa awuphathenyiswa umuntu uthatha nje isikhathi sakho in fact u compete against time angeni bebanenge because siyathi usikulala amanye ama race baye bangena ama cyclists uthola ukuthi kubukakala number 1 lana uyahamba uhambe wedwa ubuke lesikhathi basuka ePhocweni bahambe bajikele ngintasi kundlula emasundvini bese sojikele ku main road naseyongena enhlambeni uphinze ubuye bakhona ke kunema males kunama females siyathi ke ukuthi ngala kuma females na Dennis uhlale vela hamba phambili but Bunsiki Ndlovu is one of nailo young upcoming cyclist, a very talented lady there, Danish, ngicabanga ukuthi washaya isikhathi, but ke lesikhathi uthi asimjabulisanga kakhulu, leva ngathi iweather yadlala inzima lenkulu kakhulu, ngala kubobabe muzi siyamati ukuthi siyakhumbula stake yes kule mandla simelane race, nakhona lapho waba nephantsha ke yena muzi on the day waba nenkinga yaphantsha washidzinga ukuthi ashintshe ilithayi, there he is kwadzinga ukuthi ashintshe ilithayi, sorry libhayisikili, wathatha libhayisikili elisha, njengoba sibona ukuthi iweather beyingavumi vele, cishe beyinako lo belina, so lo mgwaco bonako lokushelela kancane.
Beautiful stuff, Master. But before maybe we leave that, now buka cycling at some point nayo beimile skathi lesithe Master. Are these top cyclists lesina Muzi and everyone lebakhona kusimelela ngaphandle? Maybe are they back to their best, Master? Ikakhulu kathi Muzi ngoba sekutama ole ma Commonwealth Games, we might have him as a representative. Is he back in those small challenges ukuthi the bicycle lakhe lebenenging? Do you see the speed lobusithandzako katseni?
Yeah, Fabrice wathi nakasuka muzi sazama ku because wasuka kuqala sazama kumlandzela, bekugcina ukuthi le moto inyusa speed ngalendlela bekahamba ngayo. Lengicabanga ukuthi uta kahle lama preparations nawubuka eta kahle if bekungasiko mhlambe ukuthi wathola iphantsha, ngicabanga ukuthi bekade ayishaya irecord yesikhathi, and lokunye Fabrice lekumele ngikusho ukuthi angithree ama cyclists lekumele ukuthi kukhethwe kuwo labataka kuma Commonwealth Games, including yena Muzi, including yena Danish, basetosho lo wesithathu bang3 la kutawuhlunga ku then kutabe sekuphuma munye because le slot sinye lekulotaya kuma Commonwealth Games. Otherwise ngicabanga ukuthi lama preparations because le time run le time trial bengile manye ama preparations, so ngicabanga ukuthi ihamba kahle kakhulu.
All right, the two top cyclists mentioned by Dlamini had a field day, had a beautiful day during this tournament over the weekend. What do they have to say about their performance? Of course, still in preparations for the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham later this year.
Weather. The rain, I think, slowed us a little bit down somehow. I haven't seen my time yet. I'm waiting for the results to be posted. Yeah, the weather was a surprise this morning to all of us. We were expecting a nice hot day to better our times, but we'll see when the time sheet comes out. But after all, I think it was a good turnout. It would have been better, but it was a good ride. Yeah, it's very difficult to compete against your own time because you're trying to beat yourself. It's you against yourself. When there's other people, at least you can see where they are, but now you're alone. You don't know how far the guy is behind you or how further ahead they are in front of you, so it's very tough trying to compete against yourself. But it's something that we need to do, out of breath the whole way, but we managed to complete. And mind you, this is quite a hard route. Going is nice, coming back, you're climbing the whole way.
Emalungiselelo bengwente kahle kakhulu because itarget yami bekul hour, just because of le weather ke timfo bese tiyashintsha and first lap ngifoli phanja, so bese maybe tikhathi titawushintsha, but my target was sub hour. Yes, my preparation very bengwente kahle and I was feeling fine all the way, so kude lengakhala khona I was well prepared. I think computer kulena against time it's the best because lo ticket yakhona you go full out awubuthi ube uma kuthi hayi ndawuthina, so lana it's all about you just give it your best, so I think it's best lena than the normal road race.
The two cyclists expressing their journey during the performance they had over the weekend and what they think the day was. Now moving on, we also had one particular game, MTN Premier League, that played over this past midweek, where log leaders, who also happen to be the defending champions, Master Royal Leopard, their journey in CAF is not so good. But when we talk about local, gulogunye, bayabasho ukuthi bathini ukuthi unga na umkhulu edolobheni nasubuyele ekhaya.
Yeah.
Yeah. ingozi but nasekuye edolobheni
bayashaya but nawubuyela e-village in your village
Yeah.
awuba ingozi uba i-hero
niko kwento i-real part
i-Royal Party they are proving to be too strong for local teams at the moment. Fabrice nawubuka indlela labadlala ngayo bebadlala against Milling Hotspurs kalanga technical center lengicabanga ukuthi nawubuka le ndlela le team ukuthi ungagathe ama regulars la njengabo Thabiso bo Fanelo ukuthi kube ngibo labathola amagoli but Wandile Smelane uthole 3 goals lengicabanga ukuthi it's a very good performance from yena Wandile kuthi angashaya amagoli lang 3 ku league. In fact kuboostana le spirit sakhe kuboostana le spirit se team ngicabanga nje ukuthi otherwise le team ye Royal Party njoba ngisho ukuthi le experience labayithola because lokudlala lengaphandle Fabrice noma bangabashaya but kukhona labakutholako
ukhala kakhulu coach nge squad sakhe ukhala ngalokuthi they have been hit by injuries and ukhala ngalokuthi kule game for instance Macwabe angekho but do you think maybe the rotational players like Sushi also back in the squad after a long time, do you think the rotation also helps ukuthi they don't rely on one person, anyone can come and change the game?
I-team leyo ledzingeka Fabrice ukuthi nakungekho Maqhawe nakungekho Zibani angene adlale ashaye amagoli ngicabanga ukuthi it's a good thing and it was a good thing because Junior bekakhona umdlalo khona ukubadlalisa otherwise le team yakhona ukuthi nakungekho lomunye angene from kubo goalkeeper to i-defense to i-midfield as much as angakhala coach because balungiselela ama games lamakhulu but le team la league ngicabanga ukuthi so far so what a goal,
what a finish.
In fact he's a star, is
he a technique master? Is it something you teach someone or you just know that ukuthi iball ishaya kanjani in that position?
Kuhambelana ne practice nama instinct kuba striker ukuthi nase ngitholile le bhola lapha because that technique that half volley akusiyo nje inakhuza longathi ingashaya ngibani, very difficult technique.
All right, a couple of chances also missed. That was 10 minutes into the game, Master. But the quick reaction, of course, coming from CAF, they lost against Al Ittihad. First game, I mean, the journey ends on Sunday. They come on Wednesday, they play. And the way they respond, which means even time to train was not there. But look at the press.
Look at that, Fabrice. Le finish le goal lo munye nasaka lapha ekase boxing. In fact as a striker we understand ukuthi kumele fa post because already goalkeeper ungivalile la angishaya fa post mina ngicabanga ukuthi njoba ngisho ukuthi utakahle na Wandile Smelane utakahle. I'm happy ngalendlela le technique eyisebenzisako nangendlela the awareness lanayo inside the box.
All right, Milling trying a couple of chances. Look at this, Master. Look at the finish. What's your take? You hit. I think he hit him where it hurts.
Yeah.
Top corner, same position where the goalkeeper is. Is it luck or is it precision?
No, that's not luck. Nangibuka la magoli lawa Fabrice ngabukhumbula amagoli Arsenal onge ngeweekend against Watford. Omang 3 quality goals. These goals lashayo nguye Wandile. Quality goals.
Close ngani goalkeeper.
No. You can't save that. We can't save that for Fabrice. Ngicabanga sekaba too much to ask from goalkeeper. Otherwise, magol onge awandile lawashayile abe mahle kakhulu.
All right. Now he's been scoring braces and he's been saying that this was a chance for him to be able to score something. Now that was the first half. Second half, the team made some changes. Incoming Bongani Nsimanze, and this is what he had to do first. Anyone can come in this team and change the game. He came in the second half. Look what it does.
Fabrice, if a player like Bongani Nzimanzi ngci atawungena etimini ye Royal Party angadlala ama games la more than 10 but nakayithola I chance angena afike akore ngicabanga ukuthi kukutshengisa le quality le team lenayo and siyajabula if usitawubona badlali abashaya ama-hat-tricks banikwa ibhola bahamba nayo because for so long bekusolo kungentiwa yes last season kwabe sesekendiwa but siyajabula tinvo leto motivate abadlali lesikubonako even nakuma-professionals internationally bakwenda umdlali ahambe nebhola sikhumbuto lo noma ungathi wayithola imali but uyohlala ibhola uyibona njalo njalo.
All right, Wandile Shaka Similane scored a hat-trick against Milling Hotspurs. What is his reaction after the performance, since he believes he now has a chance to start in the lineup?
Kungumusa kuphila bese ngipheze ngibona ithalente langivele lona ngoba sengijabule kakhulu because i-hat-trick yami iqala nje professional football besolo ngishaya ama-brace but namhlanje ngikhonile ukuthi ngithole i-hat-trick. Ngicela ukubonga nje neteam yonke because bangibambisile bengengikhona ngedwana especially bocoach. Ngicabanga ukuthi nabo bakhombise kwethemba kimi because past 2 games ngikakhona ukudlala but namhla bangiqalisa so nami ngakhona kwalisa ngijabule.
Now, beautiful stuff from Wandile. Before we leave, Master, what picture are you getting from this Leopard? I mean, they have a journey to Pirates this coming weekend. I think, what are you saying? Coach has said the road is not over for them. There is the league, there is the CAF. Where do you put them as we leave?
I think le experience la bayithola ku CAF bayibuyisa ngala ku league lengicabanga ukuthi ngale ku CAF Confederations Cup kulama group stages I think what kabahambeli kahle noma bahambeli kahle bana 0.-7 goal difference so ngicabanga ukuthi tin what bahambi neze enyalo baselelwe 3 games lokusho 9 points bukutawudzinga ukuthi bamwine onke then bathandaza ukuthi I Orlando Pirates ingasawin lutho because yonina 7 noma point.
All right, there you have it. Thank you very much, Dlamini Kubalapa, and I think once again next week, same time, same place, we'll be with you. Now, up next, we're going to look at some of the activities, mostly highlights of the MTN Premier League that played this past weekend, a first day of the second round of the current season. Some of the big guns, your Highlander, your Wanderers, of course, had a field day. We'll look at what happened in some of their games for the remaining 30 minutes. Until we meet again, Silvia Ragamnanz.
The second round of the 2021-2022 saw 24 goals scored across all 7 games played this weekend. Malandi Chiefs and Tambuti recorded big wins as they begin their long walk out of the relegation zone. Fresh from their baptism of fire in the CAF Confederations Cup match in South Africa by Orlando Pirates, Royal Leopards were called to restore their pride when they hosted top of the log Babane Highlanders at the Mavuso Sports Centre. Temidlalo was not to be denied a couple of minutes later, giving Leopards a deserved lead. Proper play from the boys. In a bid to silence the visitors, Junior Makakula scored a much-needed goal to extend Leopards' lead, cementing their status as Swazi's best club for the year 2020. Ya Shindu. A much-needed cash boost for Leopards, especially if they'll be playing their home games away from home in the CAF Confederations Cup, proving to be expensive for the defending champions. Stock in the middle of the park in the MTN Premier League log, Tabanguli Kellis visited Moneni Pirates at the Mavuso Sports Centre on Saturday. Kellis gave themselves a major boost in their last meeting, recording a win, their last so far, to keep themselves well within touch with the leading pack with just 10 points separating them with the log leaders Mbabane Highlanders. Moneni Pirates, who are blowing hot and cold this season, were hoping for a better change of luck in the second round after losing 5, drawing 5 and winning 5 of their games in the first half of the season. Talk about balancing the scale. Kelly came with a plan, and a solid one at that, with a quick implementation at the start of the match. Tlonganyane called to action in the first minute of the match with a hard-hit shot to hand the visitors a much-deserved lead. Melane thought he had equalized for the host, but his attempt dismissed by the referee. Kellis were not slowing down. Jabulani Mpimbili's shot well dealt with by Begisisa Dlamini. Soon after Kelly's defense were caught on a back foot, Malibongwe Malinga finding the back of the net only to be ruled offside. It was wave after wave, similar to their last attempt. Sibonelo Simelane and Malinga were causing all sort of problems up front. 1-0 the scoreline at halftime. The host started the half like a house on fire, borrowing a leaf from the Kelly's book, snatching a lead in the opening minute of the half, courtesy of Simelane. Kallis thought they had equalized. Minutes later, Slongonyane's high-flying shot denied by the crossbar. Pirates had the perfect chance to grab the lead when Simelane passed through the box. His snap shot pounced away by the keeper. Rondibana's switch almost paid off immediately when Spiwe Gamete's cross was missed by Nelly Somieni, much to the relief of Pirates' defense. However, the worst was not over yet. Kellis awarded a penalty in the 75th minute. Nelly Somieni made no mistake in netting home his first of the match. The drama was far from over as the referee Thokozani Dlamini pointed to the spot for the second time in a space of 10 minutes. A much-needed opportunity for the man in black. Xolani Ngwenya took responsibility, but his shot was saved by Nanawe Dladla, much to the relief of Jimo Moses. Great result for Kallis away from home, bagging their first win of the second round. Nurondibane, a happy man indeed.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'll finish what football can kill you. But the fighting spirit from these boys, you could see Monene, we knew they like to dominate a ball possession. And we gave them their own half. Utsiba badlala on their own half. So ngeke bekulikhona ukuthi ingas-penetrate. It's just that lapse of concentration ayisuka ebhola whereby my centre back wanga apply my principles of team play or my basics ngasho njalo. Waye wafuna cut ibhola kanti ufuna delay. All in all, I'm impressed with the fighting spirit. The way the team, the composite ngakhona. Yes, we will reinforce there and there, but today's results, bad or what may, it was very important to win this game. And for my welcome too.
I think we played very well. Yes, they played very well. We just missed one aspect of football, that's scoring. Football is about scoring. It doesn't matter how good you play, you need to play. Kube bengisita nanje la kusenso khona inhlanhla because seemingly need inhlanhla. At least today I could have gone away with the point. But overall, I think it was a good game of football. I think the fans enjoyed it. My players, they executed themselves very well. The tactical plan applied very well. The only thing we missed was scoring. But we still remain a good team. I commend these boys. They are working very, very hard. I am hoping that next game will do better than today. But otherwise, congratulations to Tabakulu Pellis, the two players.
Ngiyaqala kuthatha le thuba ngocoach bami ukuthi bangithembe namhla ukuthi ngibe kumina. Isikhathi eside ngadlali ngiyakinjani but bashito bathi angizange ngilobo batangibona ukuthi kwentekani ngathi singafika egroundini ngafike ngakhanza ngnconywana ngase sengiyibamba khona lapho saqhubeka sayibona.
Lesikhathi eside ungadlali nangina coach naye musha ungabe ungathi nje naku selimukele coach ngewini.
Sitambokela babe neuro coach impela lofike bashintsha lokuningi bese silahlekelwe lihala singasaboni ingqubekela phambili ngejunele kufika wasisendisa ema-track ngalesini savele sayibamba khona lapho.
Naku ungman of the match namuhla but ungathini ku man of the match losave ipenalty ukuthi naku ngiyongela 3 points.
Ngiyambonga kancane impela kakhulu. Nami ngisifakile isandla ngasho ngathi lona ngileft umfaka left akavami ukushaya on your right side ushaya on your left side penalty.
After a disastrous last outing, Babane Highlanders were out to redeem themselves and possibly reclaim the top spot at the top of the summit when they travelled to Manzini to face Liweseli in match week 16 of the MTN Premier League. In football, they say you are as good as your last match, and Inkunzi head coach Sly Musala knew exactly that in order to change their luck, they had to make a number of changes in their matchday squad. Who are not far from the relegation zone were also wary of the danger that a wounded Highlanders pose, having played to a 1-0 draw in their last meeting. Newly appointed head coach Velekayam Tedpa was all smile at the start of the match and was counting on the boys to keep that smile on his face. Musala introduced Delisa Gama, Lindoguhle Fagutse, Peter Dlamini and Tony Muchacha in the first 11. Wanderers looked troubled at the start of the match, making schoolboy errors and were almost punished, but Sabelos Kalinzinesa's shot was way off target. Totally unlike him, considering the fact that he is leading the top scorers chart so far this season. Highlanders' defense were caught napping 5 minutes later, with Fabrice Mupina grabbing a much-needed opener in the 9th minute. Mupina done a great favor by Peter Dlamini, who did all the spade work for him. 1-0 to Liweseli, a proper assist from the opposition. In front of the home crowd, Wanderers were showing a glimpse of their former self that saw them accumulate their big fan base. Minutes later, Wanderers were punished for their flamboyant style of play, Scully chipping it over to an empty net. After that much-needed equalizer, Highlanders were free-flowing up front and should have taken the lead. Mubina was a constant thorn in Highlanders' defense, restoring Wanderers' lead in the 37th minute. perfect half from Tetfa and the boys. The halftime pep talk from Musala seemed to have triggered a lot of good in the Highlanders camp, but it was Wanderers who got the first real chance at goal. Highlanders were circling in well and oozing with confidence, and Zinisa's header ruled offside. Planim Convo rose well to the occasion, grabbing Highlanders second to level matters. After missing out on a number of opportunities, it was time for Plan B. Musala bringing in Siboniso Mane Lukele for Planim Conform. With 3 fresh legs up front, Lukele grabbed the lead for the visitors. Proper tap in from close range, leaving the keeper with no chance at all. He was not done as of yet, solidifying Nkunzi's lead on added on time, 4-2 in favor of Highlanders. Crucial 3 points for the City Giants, keeping up pressure on a busy Royal Leopard.
Yeah, listen, one will always say 3 points is 3 points. But at the end of the day, for me, this was not a good game of football, but we had to scrape results. We had to try by all means and find ways of how we get the results, because we tried to play from the beginning. It was difficult. We made 2 big errors of which they cost us. Now we had to go down and chase the game. Eventually we equalized, we scored another one, and then we scored a killer last minute. I will take these 3 points. If I want to win the title, if I want to push the title, it doesn't matter how you win. 3 points is 3 points. Thank you.
Yeah, tough and easy one at the same time. We had defensive mistakes and they punished us. We created some chances. We couldn't utilize them, but basically we were supposed to be dealing with the second balls, which we didn't manage in the second half. So that's why they got the chances they used.
Right, thank you. I think I'm very happy. My teammates are going to respond. Congratulations to them who win their first prize, yes, first round. So I think I'm very happy. I'm interested in the coach. I think that's
in second round with the win. Ingabe logo can not motivate and can still go on and win the title.
Kusifisa kakhulu ukuthi siqhubeke siwabene onke ema games lesinto wona. Ngicabanga ukuthi kusithokozisa kakhulu ukuthi sithole points each and every game we go. I'd like to those games that start to lose if ever down lose, but I think with the boys we have, we are capable of going all out each and every game.
You added a goal towards your tally, towards top goal scorer. What's your target exactly for the end of the season? You're not calling.
Angidawujabula kakhulu nandawucesa le season ngiyi-top goal scorer. Noma ngabe ngingashaya 100 is fine. I think ngeke ngithi nginayo i-target lokuthi ngifuna ukushaya 1,000, but as much as ama-chance engiwathola wale ngidawa-convert, I think ngidawa-happy ngawo uma tawuthela le season ngisethu.
Thanks, Captain. Well done.
Mbabane Swallows were out to avenge their 1-0 defeat to Green Mamba in the first round on Saturday afternoon at the King Sopoza II Memorial Stadium. Green Mamba, who were out to complete an MTN Premier League double over Swallows after winning the first leg 1-0, were in for a rude awakening. In his first match in charge, Green Mamba's newly appointed coach Ernest Mavuso hoped for nothing less than a draw. Having got the honours to get the match underway, Swallows were in quick search of an opener. The Mbabane side was throwing numbers in front, looking more of a team that utilised their 2 weeks break to polish up on a number of tactics. Mavuso's charges almost came close to an opener after a set-piece situation, but Njabulo Makakula failing to find the target. Soon after, Inyoka El Shazana were presented with yet another chance, with Mbutwa Dlamini taking long to pull the trigger. They were not to be denied in the 32nd minute. Mkolisi Mkonvo smashing it home, leaving Sandile Kininza with no chance at all. To what looked more like a perfect start for the coach. Class indeed from Convo. Swallows were throwing numbers up front and pushing for an equalizer, with Thabo Vilagati combining well with Njabulo D4D Dlamini in front of goal, but couldn't find his way through the traffic. Their call for a handball was falling on deaf ears. A solo effort from D4D was not enough to level matters for the home team. His kick way off the target. Straight from the centre marker, the visitors were in search of their second of the game in an attempt to unsettle the host. However, it was Swallows who got the first real chance at goal in the 60th minute. A half-time change for Swallows looked like the right omen for the man in blue. Swallows opted for changes, introducing Tony Tabete and James Nguluve for Leon Manyisa and Sizolwetu Shabalala to give them a much-needed boost in attack. A move that saw Swallows awarded a penalty after a handball situation inside the box. Felix Fela stepping up to level matters for the host, proving that it doesn't matter how they come as long as they come. 1-1 the scoreline. Swallows were threatening again, putting the keeper under pressure, but Fela's header was wide of the target. Swallows did find the target eventually in the 70th minute, but Sandile Hlachwago's attempt was ruled offside, much to the frustration of Swallows' bench. Green Mamba had a chance to restore their lead, but were denied by a D4D well-timed tackle inside a box that saw referee Mbongani Shongwe reaching for his pocket. Swallows were not to be denied 2 minutes from time through a Felix header. His second of the match to what would be the last action of the match. Umkhonto kaShanga grabbing all 3 points to maintain their 4th spot with 29 points in the MTN Premier League log.
Manengakhulu, 1, they can play. 2, combinations. 3, sibenawo ma-through passes, I think 4 of them. 2, the first half, 1-on-1 na goalkeeper, but we had to let ourselves down. Ngiko ngithi the game I see true reflection. Yeah, the score is not a true reflection of the game. We should have scored 2-3 in the first half.
It's when you say as a coach, experience sometimes is very, very important. The experience more especially when we introduced Tony in the second half. But more on local experience. Kube kumbutana nje ukuthi nawuthi udlalela imbabane Swallows ukusho ukuthi more especially the page imbabane Swallows, and then like I'm saying it's experience players, and then bebadlali bebakhona in the past seasons babasitilele labancane ukuthi babatshele ukuthi ukuthini lokudlala imbabane Swallows.
Malandi Chiefs continued with their quest to move out of the relegation zone when they hosted Denver Sundowns at the Kilana Stadium out in Pikes Peak. Malandi, who have collected 4 points in their last 5 games, the most so far this season, knew the task at hand if they are to survive the X. Sundowns were also not far from the danger zone, were out to avoid their 11th defeat of the season. Malandi had the first real chance at goal with Mfundo Mkabela coming close to squeezing it in. The host thought they've got an opener through Sandile Mazibugo, but it wasn't to be. Opportunities were hard to come by for Sundowns, but almost made something from a set-piece position. The captain Gwanele Lamini was leading by example, whipping in a great cross that was met by Mfundo Mkabela to give Malandi a much-deserved lead. 1-0 to Malandi at half-time. Mkabela had a number of opportunities which he failed to take advantage of. Malandi were almost made to rue their missed opportunities. Spamandla Masego's shot saved by Kolani Gama. Mazibogo was having a great day in office, piling pressure on Sundowns' defense, and they were not to be denied, with Nkosi Mpile Lamini heading home. Sundowns had an opportunity of their own, Mike Dombo's header wide of the target. The last they will get on the day, with the host taking